Hey now, say now, welcome back to the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty. Fargo here, and today the squad finally returned home after going undefeated on a brutal road trip through the first quarter of the season, jump-starting them to a 4-0 conference record. Game 1 today sees the 3-3 Syracuse Orange fly to the West Coast for another ACC showdown. The Orange are looking to get to 500 in conference play, with hopes to be in the race towards the year end, as are not off to a great start. Let's get into it. This game boasts star secondaries, as both teams' impact players are part of this skill group, including 2 star cornerbacks on Syracuse's end. We open the action late in the first quarter, no score. Pinto's going to send a man in motion. He's going to fake the handoff, then roll right, then throws it to a wide open Quashon Brown downfield for a big gain. Second quarter now, same drive now on the 16. Pinto's going to take the snap from empty. He stands in the pocket and throws across the middle and finds Ismail Cisse in the end zone for the touchdown. Cardinal needed a whole quarter to score first, but they do get on the board here in the second quarter. Next possession for Stanford. Mbakwe comes in motion. He takes a quick pitch. He's going to keep it on the outside, and he picks up a nice 13 yards to jumpstart the drive. Later on, they get down to the red zone. They're on the 1-yard line when they send a man in motion. Micah Ford's going to take the handoff. He gets caught at the 1-yard line, but powers his way to the end zone. Stanford scores their second touchdown of the game. Hughes ball now down 2 scores. Quarterback Ricky Collins going to drop back the pass. He loads up and finds tight end Deontay Boucher downfield for a big gain. Stanford then forces a 3rd and 9. Pressure comes through and he gets the ball away but ends up falling incomplete. Cardinal forced the punt. Stanford ball now backed up on the 9-yard line. Tight end comes in motion. Ford's going to take the handoff. He dashes to the outside. Then the corner takes a bad angle and then he cuts it back, and now he sees nothing but green. Eventually tackled down at the 47. Big play there for Micah Ford, and that run marked his 620th yard on the season. He's had the hot hand lately, and Stanford continues to feed him here. Later on the drive at the 10-yard line, Ford's going to take the inside handoff, and he darts straight for the end zone for the Cardinal touchdown, his second of the game, and Stanford lead jumps to 21. Stanford's defense had the Q's offense frustrated all day. Quarterback's going to drop back the pass, but 2 defenders meet him, and he's taken down for the big sack. After the punt, Stanford ball now with 50 seconds left in the half. Pinto takes a snap from empty. Then he loads up for a deep shot. It's Jalen Mbakwe downfield. He snags it and tackled down at the 6-yard line. Big play there for the Stanford offense. Later on the drive, Pinto's going to drop back. He's going to quickly scramble right, and he throws it to the end zone, and it's his fellow freshman, Pat McLaughlin, in the end zone for the touchdown. Stanford breaks the game open before the half, and the Syracuse Orangemen were no match for the Stanford Cardinal at home, and that capped off the game. Stanford blows out the Orange in shutout fashion, 34-0, to improve to 7-0 on the year. Another big game for Micah Ford with 112 yards on just 11 carries and 2 touchdowns. Stanford dominated from start to finish. They had 494 yards of total offense while only allowing 172 yards on defense. Neither team turned the ball over, but Syracuse did not get anything going offensively. Josh Pinto was efficient, 23 for 34 and 296 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Chris Davis had 13 carries leading the team, but Micah Ford had 112 yards on the ground to lead in yardage. Wise, Jalen Mbakwe had 7 catches and 138 yards. Freshman Pat McLaughlin had 6 catches and 52 yards with a touchdown, and Quashon Brown had 4 catches and 58 yards with a 14.5 yard average. Now, game 2 sees Stanford head back on the road to the Pacific Northwest for a matchup between 2 former Pac-10 foes and the Washington Huskies. The Huskies now in the Big Ten with the likes of Oregon and USC, but are not as successful as those teams in the conference these past 2 years. They are looking to gain some momentum and build on their 4 wins so far, while Stanford looks to continue their undefeated campaign on the road in this primetime matchup. This game featured 2-star wide receivers and our very own Q Brown and Washington's Rasheed Williams. These guys will give both defenses their fits. However, Stanford's defensive backs have been stout all year long and have yet to really allow a big game against them. Action starts early on in the first, Stanford facing a 3rd and 6 with the crowd rocking. Pinto's going to drop back. He continues to drift and finds Jalen Mbakwe as he gets hit as it throws. Mbakwe cuts it back in field for a first down. Later on 1st and 10 from the 20, Chris Davis is going to take the handoff. He angles to the outside to the corner, and he walks into the end zone for the Cardinal touchdown. They don't need the full quarter to score first in this one. Washington's first crack on offense, facing a 3rd and 14 quarterback Matthew Leo Ioane. He's hit as he thrown, but finds Quince Lawson up the middle, and he's tackled down just short of the line again. Huskies forced to punt. Stanford then forced in a 4th and 4 in plus territory. Pinto's going to drop back and try to hit a sideline shot, but he overthrows Brown downfield, and they force to turn it over on downs. Next Husky drive, they get their star receiver involved as quarterback Leo Ioane is going to take the snap from the 45. He's going to fake the handoff to his running back, and then he's going to find Rashid Williams across the middle for a big gain. 2 plays later, ball on the 30 now. Williams is going to beat the press coverage by TJ Blanco. Leone finds him downfield, and he's tackled in the end zone for the Husky touchdown. They get on the board to tie the game at 7. Huskies got the ball back, but they face a 3rd and 9 from the 33. Ioane is going to take the snap. Stanford sends the blitz, but it doesn't get home. Deep shot to Williams, but it's broken up by Sam Neely. Ball falls incomplete, and Washington is forced to punt. Second quarter now, ball on the 33. Pinto's going to fake the handoff to Ford. He's going to drift right in and finds Quashawn Brown, who breaks 2 tackles and makes a cut. 30, 20, 10. He takes it all the way to the house. 67-yard catch and run touchdown as the Cardinal take the lead back. Huskies ball now, ball on the 50-yard line with 8 minutes to play in the second. Halfback Adam Muhammad's going to take the handoff. He darts to the outside and sees nothing but greed. Breaks a tackle as he pushed out of bounds at the 24. Later, 3rd and goal, the other halfback is going to take the handoff, and Deshaun Ford punches it in the end zone for the Husky touchdown. They quickly come back to tie the game at 14. Stanford then puts together a promising drive. Ball in a 9. Pinto's going to take the snap, but he's quickly pressured. He tries to dart to the outside, but is taken down for the sack by Shamar and Michael, and Cardinal is forced to settle for 3. After the field goal, Washington then tries to put together a late drive for themselves, but it's foiled by a sack by the defensive tackle Jenkins, and they forced to punt the ball back to Stanford. Now with 30 seconds left in the half, Pinto's going to drop back to pass, but he quickly tucks it, runs it, darts right up the middle, and he picks up good yardage. Later, 2nd and 12 from the 45, he drops back, and then he's going to find Cisse, who then cuts it upfield, and he gets tackled down inside of field goal territory. Dakota Clark comes on, and he nails the field goal to extend the lead to 6 before the halftime break. 20-14 at halftime, and wide receiver Quashawn Brown got the spotlight. Even though he only had 1 catch, he took it to distance, and it was the deciding factor in the half so far. Out of the half, ball on the 44. Pinto's going to fake the handoff to Ford. He then loads up for a deep shot. Pat McLaughlin's downfield, and he hauls it in for the touchdown. Big play out of the half to extend the drive. Pinto took an absolute shot at the end of that one as the Huskies were not fooled on the play action fake. He actually takes 2 hits, but has just enough arm strength to get the ball there. Cardinal ball again at the 41, facing a 3rd and 4. Pinto drops back to pass. He's hit as he's thrown, and it's intercepted. Safety Tommy Furio catches it and turns it upfield. Ford Kent takes him down, and he takes it to the house for the pick 6. Defensive score keeps Washington in the game. 48-yard touchdown return for the defense. However, Pinto bounces back and he doesn't let the interception get to him. He orchestrates the drive downfield and then finishes it with the pass to Jordan Mbakwe on the outside. Stanford comes back to extend their lead once again. Huskies following drive now in the 4th quarter. Ioane is going to drop back to try to pass on 1st down. Looks for a sideline, but it's intercepted by freshman TJ Blanco, the first of his collegiate career, and he comes up big late in the 4th quarter. However, the Washington defense holds. Cardinals forced to kick it, and Clark pulls it to the left, falling no good and keeping the door open for a 4th quarter comeback. Huskies then face a 3rd and 17 with just 3 to play. Ioane is going to find wide receiver Marcus Harris up the middle to convert the improbable down, extending the drive. 2 plays later, they set up a screen play. It's Adam Muhammad who follows his blocking downfield, angles to the outside, 20, 10. He gets caught and tackled in the end zone for the Husky touchdown. Washington cut the lead to 7 with just 3 to play. Their defense forced a 3-and-out to get them the ball back just before the 2-minute break. Ioane is going to drop back the pass and finds Marcus Harris up the middle for a big gain to jumpstart the drive. After the 2-minute break, a minute 30 left, Ioane is going to drop back the pass, but the Stanford Cardinals send the blitz and Sam Neely takes him down for the big sack. They then face a 4th and 17 with a minute left. Ioane gets enough blocking to load up for a deep shot downfield, but it's broken up by Sumlin, and the Stanford Cardinal is going to hold on to knock off the Washington Huskies 35-28. This one a little too close for comfort. Pinto, 265 yards passing and another 3 touchdowns, and he holds on to get the victory for the Cardinal. Washington stress tests the defense more than any team has really done this season, though they only put up 360 yards of total offense. The rush yards look low, but that's because Stanford's defense did have a number of sacks in this one. Unfortunately, Pinto did throw another interception, but the Stanford defense was able to counter with a pick of their own. As mentioned, Pinto did take on player of the game honors, completing 68% of his passes and 3 touchdowns. Rushing wise, Micah Ford, another big game on the ground, 138 yards and averaging a staggering 6.9 yards per play. And Chris Davis also had 69 yards and a touchdown. Receiving wise, Jalen Mbakwe led the team with 7 catches and Pat McLaughlin had 6 of his own. Both Mbakwe and McLaughlin also had a touchdown, and Quashawn Brown only had the 1 catch but made it his best effort with a 67-yard touchdown. Defensively, Jalen Day-Sumlin led the team with 10 tackles, and linebacker Sam Mattingly had 9, and TJ Blanco added 7. Bryce Jenkins led the team with 3 TFLs, and Gilbert, Asayan, and Neely both added 2 of their own. Sam Neely, the slot corner, had 2 sacks, Joe Ossian had a 1.5 sack, while one of Jenkins' TFLs was a sack of his own. So that wraps up today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit that like button and see you next time.